Jack tugged feverishly at his artisanal haircut.
Oh, God. Wow, this is... Christ.
He turned to Kerry, manga-eyed.
You know what this means?
Yeah, yelped Kerry. CV gold! We nailed it! And also, I have to call my mum right now, she is such a Dory.
It means Augaenysse controls everything,
Jack said slowly.
Transport, education, infrastructure.
Kerry stopped, iPhone half out of her original 90s puffer jacket. Augaenysse was a wicked boss, truly unique. But actually, you know, running London?
Hospitals, roads, rubbish collection,
added Jack with increasing apprehension. Kerry hesitated. You know, I didn't really think of that.
Yeah, said Jack. Me neither. I mean, we had a whole alphabet of plans. Plan A, if she lost. B, for disqualification.
C for public nudity, Kerry reminisced. D for death threats on question time.
Literally down to Z for a rap battle with Count Binface. But did we ever...
No, said Kerry. I don't think we did. A horrible feeling like she'd left the gas on was squatting on what remained of her brain after 48 hours obsessive count watching.
You know that interview where they asked us about our worst faults and I said that I did too much forward thinking and planned for too many eventualities?
Jack said in a dead voice. Yeah, said Kerry, a tiny chick of hope, cracking the eggshell of her despair.
Yeah, said Jack, that was bollocks.
There was a brief, hard thinking silence.
We fucked up, haven't we?
Jack muttered. And Kerry said, oh shit.
Augaenysse the Violator, exiled Chaos-Empress of Corbathia.
Wasn't your average candidate. There was definitely something dark and threatening about her, and her personal style was firmly on the goth side of indie, but she was eye-catching, newsworthy, and above all, different. Kerry and Jack were hurrying back from prep through Parliament Square when they first spotted her, straddling the statue of Oliver Cromwell, foretelling dominion and ruin, demanding worthless rulers be cast into the pit and anarchy unleashed. 3 years post-graduation, both were thin and ragged from endless internships, eyes hollow from social media monitoring, and hands ribboned by stuffing envelopes with no career progression in sight. Augaenysse was their chance. Specifically, the chance to put London mayoral campaign on their CVs. She wanted power, they wanted jobs, and voters wanted change. It was a slam dunk. So they'd gone all in, scoring interviews on This Morning and Any Questions, 500,000 Instagram followers, and even sponsorship from Zara. Despite Jack and Kerry's advice, Augaenysse' manifesto had been less a series of considered policies than a blood-inked screed threatening to grind her enemy's bones to dust. But nonetheless, it really seemed to connect with a lot of voters. Nobody could accuse Augaenysse and her ravaging carnage party of sitting on the fence. Whether it was rapine, destruction, bus fares, free childcare for under fives, or the brutal enslavement of humanity, a key talking point for her, she had a forthright opinion and often a viral soundbite. And now, she was going to be Mayor of London. Oh well, sighed Jack as they walked into City Hall that Monday.
Worse things have happened to London, I suppose.
True, said Kerry. I just can't think of any right now?
The plague, the Great Fire.
Oh yeah, the Blitz.
Boris for mayor.
Boris for PM. They were not Boris fans.
I mean, people probably won't even notice,
Jack said hopefully.
At least she's not ever got stuck on a zip line. She'll probably just...
Oh, said Kerry. They'd reached the door of Sadiq Khan's former office suite. There was blood seeping under it. There was blood splashed all over it. And there was a massive hole in the middle of it, through which a dangling forest of former mayoral staff was visible, swaying gently. Apparently strung up by their lanyards. Some, the unlucky ones, were still twitching.
Jesus Christ,
whispered Jack. On the plus side, said Kerry thoughtfully, because she was, as stated at interviews, a proactive glass-half-full can-doer. She does walk the walk. Slaughter and destruction-wise, I mean. Jack stared in horror.
what?
I mean, a lot of candidates make empty promises, talk big and do nothing. But Augaenysse is that rare thing, an honest politician. She ignored Jack, now being extravagantly sick, into a recycling bin. I really think we can spin this, you know? Inside Augaenyss's office, the new mayor was idly surveying the magnificent panorama of the city, reclined atop Khan's old desk. The glass in the floor-to-ceiling window had been punched out, and a cold, gritty wind scythed through the room, keening like unquiet souls. She'd dug out, or conjured, regalia from somewhere. A gilded staff and scarlet ermine cloak, and was modelling it with nothing underneath.
Fierce,
chirped Kerry, snapping away. Statement style, sexy bit dignified, insta-catnip. Jack, white-eyed, staggered in.
What did you do?
He moaned.
Why did you kill them all?
They were the vassals of my foes, hissed Augaenysse, lifting a night-black brow.
Annihilation was a mercy.
Jack slapped his forehead.
But no! They were working for you now. You just slaughtered your entire staff.
Meh, Augaenysse said, inspecting her blood-crusted nails. I need not the aid of turncoats to conquer this cesspit. I have you, have I not? What? Kerry frowned. We still have to do everything. Augaenysse narrowed her eyes. Some begged for death at the last.
I mean, obviously, it's an honour, a privilege to work with, for, under you,
said Jack hastily.
But I mean, you can't just massacre. People won't stand for it.
Augaenysse stalked to the shattered window.
Why not? 'Tis what they voted for, no? Oh, what I foretold shall now come to pass. Crush my foes, enslave the populace, a freeze on bus fares, whatever they are. and unleash chaos!
You said we did, Carrie murmured approvingly.
Hang on,
said Jack.
where are your foes? The other candidates, I mean.
Some yet survive, Augaenysse admitted. The vile wench. Oh, the bumptious cretin. The burbling child man. She'd refused to learn the names of her opponents on the principle that they would be obliterated unto the 1000th generation anyway, so it was often unclear who she meant.
Oh, and the yellow-haired one. He is my eunuch now. Look,
said Jack gently.
thing is, I mean, yes, people voted for you, but most of them, I hope anyway, thought it was thought you were
The Empress's eyes pierced him like an obsidian dagger. Yes. He swallowed.
a satirical candidate.
What? Behind Augaenysse, Carrie made vicious hushing motions. Jack's chest tightened.
A joke? A joke! Augaenysse slammed a gauntleted fist upon the table. I have licked the face of evil, but ne'er have I found a world where unchained chaos is considered a subject for laughter. What kind of a decadent, maggot-ridden corpse of a society is this? London.
Good question, Carrie said, thumbing open Twitter to create a poll.
I don't think most people realised you were, you know, for real.
Augaenysse laughed, and the lowering sky echoed with madness.
What of when I conjured storms from cloudless heavens to demonstrate my power? Was that not for real? Well, this is England,
said Jack. In April, added Carrie. 'Tis not so in Corbathia. The mayor snarled. There, the seasons keep their proper places, and 'tis I who bring the chaos.
not for real. What of when I transformed into a winged serpent for your tube?
That was amazing, Carrie acknowledged. But to BH, people thought it was a deep fake.
You promised me power,
growled Augaenysse, towering over them both, her face a mask of fury.
Where is it?
Well, said Jack, gesticulating desperately.
It's all around you. You're now the head of 16 separate urban future vision committees, and our first meeting's in, oh, wow, look at the time, 15 minutes. So maybe we should just clear away the dead bodies and...
Committees, spat the Empress. I do not need committees. What I need is blood-hungry armies of darkness to sow discord and desolation. Your so-called Met will not even put my adversaries to the sword. I'm sure we can work out a strategy going forward at the meeting, said Kerry, trying to shoo her enraged boss out of the wrecked door. Augaenysse reared up like a stepped-on cobra.
I piss on meetings. I have observed your idiot process. 20 humans cowering in a room that one may speak, or else a dozen rectangular faces upon a rectangular screen, all loathing and ignoring each other, all playing crusher of candy under the table. Chaos is the sworn enemy of meetings. Why must we have them at all?
There was a silence stirred only by the broken whimpering of the wind and Jack. Yeah, said Kerry slowly. Why do we have to have meetings? And all these committees? I mean, they're functionally useless, you're right. It's just a lot of bored, overpaid people talking over each other. Why not rule by decree?
Nay, interrupted Augaenysse. Chaos shall reign!
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Eventually. But hear me out. If I remember your initial mayoral pitch, you want to pillage and destroy the city, slay all that walks or crawls, seed the green spaces with human bones, and then move on to your next challenge, correct?
Augaenysse nodded warily.
Indeed. Well, while I know chaos is absolutely a core value, and I wouldn't for a moment want you to betray your principles, despoiling a city so vast and carrying off all its treasures does take a certain amount of organisation skill, and you know, me and Jack, we're planners. Right, Jack? From the floor, Jack nodded. How long does it usually take to despoil a city? Kerry asked. Out of interest?
Months, admitted Augaenysse. Sometimes years. There is always resistance until I have left no stone resting upon another.
Exactly. Highly inefficient, which is, no offence, a major drawback of unchained chaos. But if we commit to a really robust short-term plan for asset stripping the city, gold, gems, virgins, and so forth, maybe create a public-private partnership, bring in Serco, that'll save you a lot of time. Time better spent relaxing, unwinding, or, you know, Kerry added casually, finding that next wealthy city to sack.
I see what you are saying, hissed Augaenysse, who'd picked up several useful phrases in her brief sojourn. Let it be done. And so, in conclusion, thundered the Chaos-Empress mare as flashes popped like firecrackers, Bassair shall be frozen, and so too shall fair dodgers in the ice-walled Malabogues of hell. There was a heartfelt round of applause, and Kerry, grinning robotically behind her boss, nearly fainted with relief. It was going to work. If they just gave Augaenysse all London's material wealth and grovelled abjectly before her, she'd get bored and sod off to some other unlucky city, hopefully somewhere in a galaxy far, far away. What about the surviving candidates? Yelled one reporter.
Shit.
Kerry had forgotten about the other would-be mayors, still imprisoned in the tower. Augaenysse' smile was as thin as a needle.
Excellent question. I considered a gladiatorial contest to determine who inherited the smoking ruins of this city once I abandoned it. But my advisor Jack had a better idea.
Kerry frowned. What each and none shall rule after me, Augaenysse declared, because true chaos is not about one person. It takes many to create infinite disorder. Ignoring each other, contesting and competing, scheming, manipulating, betraying and undermining, each for themselves and their own petty gain. None of these separating weaklings are even enough to govern alone. Yet together, they shall be my final gift to you all. Ultimate chaos. Her smile broadened, dazzling as the light from 100 suns. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the London Mayoral